Welcome to this Insider Weekly Extra. Alongside Brad Schlossman and Tom Miller from the Grand Forks Herald, Paul Ralston from UND Athletics, I'm Tim Hennessy. The UND baseball teams and softball teams have some action coming up. Softball against South Dakota State, baseball against NDSU. Let's start with baseball, Tom, and the Bison. And last year, North Dakota beat North Dakota State, and North Dakota State went on to the NCAA tournament and gave Oregon all they could handle out there. I'm not sure that the NDSU team is as strong as they were last year. What do you expect when those two get together?
You know, it's
throw the records out the window.
It's difficult because baseball is one of those unique things where when you play midweek, you don't know what to expect in that matchup because everybody's kind of holding their guns for
especially
the week.
non-conference.
Right, for the weekend matchup. So it's kind of, you never know what you're going to get, but everybody's going to have their eyes on it, so that makes it interesting no matter kind of what goes down.
Well, we won't get Twangy or Muckenhern or Tomey starting for North Dakota. I don't think
you wouldn't think so.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
You never know.
You never know, but I wouldn't think so.
I mean, it's a game that everyone looks at and follows, and I know the conference season is big, and that's what they put their focus on. But that being said, the fans are going to remember the results of the UND NDSU game more than any conference game. I can guarantee you that.
And UND went down there last year and got a win, and I'm sure that the fan bases are both aware of that result down there, and so I think they'll add a little something to it here over this next couple of week stretch here between these two teams. So it should be a lot of fun to see how it unfolds.
It's a summit against the WAC, and I think that means something, to the coaches and the players, particularly the coaches when it comes time for recruiting.
Yeah, and this matchup has been quite a few pitchers duels lately between Andrew Tomey and I believe it's John Straka of the Bison. I don't think it's going to be a pitcher's duel this time around. I don't think either have maybe the deep pitching staffs to allow them to do that.
You'll be sailing out of Newman Outdoor Field.
Depends on the way this wind's blowing.
They'll be back and play at Kraft Field next Tuesday night. Let's go to softball. South Dakota State and North Dakota had a little bit of success in Brookings earlier. Paul, what are you thinking?
Boy, that was, we just talked about it, cross, Big Sky versus Summit there in that situation, and North Dakota went down to Brookings this past week and had really good success after having kind of a frustrating home series against Sacramento State. They went to Brookings and got themselves right, basically. A lot of players had really good hitting performances throughout the lineup. There was a couple of players that had 3-hit games for UND. And so you look at softball, what's interesting about that, they can throw their main cogs basically in the world of softball. They can go and I think if you're UND, you're like, hey, we just took 2 off the Jackrabbits the previous week. Let's bring them into Grand Forks, see if we can't get going in the right direction. Just get some good feelings at home, because being at home has been kind of a snake bit so far to this point in the season.
Or just get good feelings, just win some games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That helps immensely, and when you get into the weekend, I would guess.
Especially, I think this is another one where you're playing a regional rival. It's not quite the height of NDSU and UND, but still you're playing a team that a lot of fans are familiar with, and a team you'll likely see on the recruiting trail, and this is a way to get a little bit of an advantage there.
We've talked about Shelby Hard in past shows and things of that nature, but Jackie Lelik also is another player that can get the ball out of the yard as well. And in fact, being at home, the last 3 times I've seen her, she's had 3 home runs in the last 2 home series at home. So you get her back here at home in front of the Jacks, she might have an opportunity to take the ball outside the ballpark, which North Dakota's been doing at a pretty good clip so far this year.
We like that. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your thoughts on that one. Make sure you catch our own Paul Ralston on the call of softball's doubleheader against South Dakota State starting at 2 p.m. Watch live on UNDsports.com/insider, and make sure to follow UND Insider on Twitter to keep up to date on videos and live streams of your favorite sports. Also, make sure to watch an all-new UND Insider Weekly this Wednesday at 8 p.m. on UNDsports.com.